Hi everyone, my name is Masran Tamin. Today we will discuss procurement versus purchasing, two terms that are often used interchangeably but have distinct roles and objectives in business operation. Understanding the difference is critical for marketers, operation managers, and supply chain professionals because it influences how organizations acquire goods and services, manage supplier relationship, and optimize costs. We will explore five main areas such as procurement versus purchasing, which is basic distinction, definition of procurement, definition of purchasing, goals of procurement versus purchasing, supplier relationship. Let's start with the basic distinction. First, let's clarify the difference between procurement and purchasing. Although these terms are often used interchangeably in everyday conversation, they are not the same. The key difference lies in their scope, purpose, and impact on the organization. Procurement is a strategic process. It focuses on acquiring goods and services in a way that aligns with the organization's long-term objective. Procurement consider not only the cost of acquisition but also factors like supplier reliability, quality, risk management, and potential for long-term collaboration. It involves planning, evaluating supplier, negotiating contract, and ensuring that purchase support the overall business strategy. Purchasing, on the other hand, is a subset of procurement. It focuses on the transactional aspect, the actual buying of goods or services. These include placing orders, receiving product, and processing payment. Purchasing is more operational and short term, dealing with the efficiency of getting the right items to the organization at the right times and costs. To make this easier to visualize, think of it like planning a road trip. Procurement is the planning stage, deciding the destination, mapping the route, choosing the stops, and ensuring the trips align with your goals and preference. While purchasing is the execution stage, booking gas, hotels, tickets, and paying for the meals along the way. In other words, procurement sets the strategy and direction, while purchasing carry out the day-to-day activities that make the strategy happen. For example, a manufacturing company may procure a 3-year contract with a steel supplier, considering price, stability, quality, and supplier reliability. Within that framework, the purchasing team handles individual orders of steel each month, ensuring timely delivery and accurate payment. Understanding this distinction helps organizations balance long-term strategy with operational efficiency, which is essential for cost control, risk management, and building strong supplier relationships. Procurement is much more than just buying products or services. It is a strategic process that plays a crucial role in achieving an organization's long-term objective. Procurement involves several key steps. First, identifying needs. This means understanding what the organization truly requires, not just what seems immediately necessary. It involves analyzing current and future demand, production schedule, and organizational goals to ensure that the purchase align with overall strategy. For instance, a company may forecast the amount of raw materials needed for the next year of production to avoid shortage or overstocking. Second, selecting suppliers. Procurement requires evaluating and choosing suppliers who can consistently deliver quality product or services at the best value. This is not just about price. It includes factors such as reliability, capacity, financial stability, sustainability practice, and past performance. Strategic supplier selection ensure that the organization can maintain smooth operation while mitigating risks like delivery delay or quality issue. Acquiring goods or services. Once the right supplier are chosen, Procurement ensure that the organization receive the right product in the right quantity at the right time at optimal cost. This includes negotiating contract, arranging logistics, and planning for contingencies. The focus of procurement is on long-term organizational benefits, including cost optimization, which is reducing total cost of ownership, not just the purchase price. Risk management, which is minimizing supply chain disruption, quality issues, or financial risk. Strategic alignment, which is ensuring that every purchase support broader business goals and growth strategies. For example, consider a manufacturing company that needs to procure steel for production. The procurement teams does more than simply order steels. They assess supplier reliability to avoid production delays. They negotiate long-term contract to lock in favorable price and ensure steady supply. They plan inventory strategically, balancing storage costs with the risk of running out of materials. By taking this strategic approach, procurement ensure that the companies can operate efficiently, reduce costs, and maintain a competitive advantage in the long term. Purchasing is a subset of procurement that deals primarily with the transactional process of acquiring goods or services. This includes tasks such as creating and sending purchase orders, receiving goods or services, processing invoice and payments. Purchasing is often short-term and operational. Its main focus is to ensure that materials or services are obtained efficiently, on time, and at the agreed price. For example, a company purchasing team may order office supplies like paper, pens, or printer cartridge according to a pre-approved list, focusing on timely delivery rather than long-term supplier strategy. The goal of procurement and purchasing are closely related but differ significantly in focus, scope, and time horizon. Understanding this difference is critical for organization to balance long-term strategy with operational efficiency. Procurement goals are strategic and long-term. They focus on ensuring that every purchase contributes to the organization's overall objectives. The key goals include fulfilling long-term organizational needs, while where procurement ensure that the companies has the resources it needs not just for today, but for future growth and operation. This require forecasting demand and planning purchase over months or even years. Strategic sourcing and supplier evaluation. Procurement involve evaluating supplier based on multiple criteria such as quality, reliability, pricing, and financial stability. The goal is to establish strong partnerships that provide value over time rather than just completing individual transactions. Next is reducing costs while managing risk. Procurement focus on the total cost of ownership, including purchase price, delivery, maintenance, and potential risk. By negotiating contract, consolidating purchase, or diversifying suppliers, procurement procurement minimize both cost and risk. Next is aligning purchase with the company's overall objective. Every procurement decision should support broader business goals such as sustainability, innovation, or market competitiveness. Procurement is not just about buying, it is about creating long term value for the organization. Purchasing goals, on the other hand, are operational and short terms. They focus on ensuring that the day to day buying process runs smoothly. The key goals include ensuring efficient processing of order and payments, which is purchasing teams handle the transactional aspect of acquiring goods or services, making sure orders are accurate, invoices are processed, and payments are made on time. Maintaining operational continuity, where purchasing ensure that materials or services arrive when needed, avoiding delays that could disrupt operation. making sure goods or services arrive on time and in the right quantity. The goal is to fulfill the immediate requirement of the organization without overspending or understocking. To illustrate the difference, imagine a manufacturing company needing industrial material. The procurement teams may negotiate 3-year supply contract with a steel supplier to ensure price stability, reliable delivery, and long-term partnership. They evaluate multiple suppliers, consider risk factors, and make strategic decisions aligned with the company's growth plans. Meanwhile, the purchasing team manage day-to-day operation, placing monthly orders according to production schedule, verifying delivery quantities, and processing invoice. Their focus is operational efficiency rather than strategic alignment. In short, procurement sets the strategy and secure long-term value, while purchasing execute the transaction that makes that strategy work. Both are essential, but understanding the distinction allow organization to optimize costs, reduce risk, and maintain smooth operation simultaneous. Finally, let's look at supplier relationship which differ between procurement and purchasing. Procurement focus on building long-term partnership with supplier. The aim is collaboration, mutual growth, and ensuring consistent quality and reliability. For example, a company may work with supplier to develop customized component for a new product line. Different with purchasing, where prioritize efficient transaction. The focus is on completing the purchase quickly and cost effectively rather than strategic collaboration. For example, purchasing office stationery from local supplier with fast delivery. Strong procurement practice improves supplier loyalty and competitive advantage, while efficient purchasing ensure day-to-day operation runs smoothly. To conclude, while procurement and purchasing are closely related, they serve different roles in an organization. Procurement is a strategic focusing on long-term value, supplier, partnership, and organizational goals. Purchasing is operational, focusing on efficient transaction, order processing, and immediate needs. By understanding this difference, companies can balance long-term planning with short-term efficiency, ensuring smooth operation, cost saving, and strong supplier relationship. In essence, procurement builds their strategy, purchasing execute it. That's all for this video. Thank you.